if a guy came in breathing,
Yeah.
he stood a good chance of going home.
Right. If we can get him on that dust off and.
If he hit that breathing, okay, I can save his life.
Wow.
That was the way I looked at it, okay. But I only lost one person the whole time that I was in Vietnam. I worked as the head of the unit there.
Yeah.
He was a South Vietnamese police. He came in, and he was just chit-chatting, whatever. Joe was just chit-chatting. So I'm working on him. I close his wound on the front, put a patch on that and such, okay. And I made the cardinal mistake. I didn't check his back. And so I closed the wound, and we just chatting. I hooked up an IV to him. I said, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to get some lunch. He said, okay.
Yeah.
So I go to get lunch, and then before I can get 2 or 3 bites in my mouth, someone called and said, hey, Sergeant Hayes, you need to come back quick like this. What? He said, that guy is gasping for air, okay? So I went back, I ran back over, and when I flipped him over, the litter was full of blood. There was a big hole in his back. So, and that was a defining moment for me. It really was. So,
and
I don't brag on myself, okay?
Yeah.
But I was one of the best medics you could run into, because you always had it made as you ran into me. You always had it made.
Yeah.
And I have a friend now that was stationed with me in Vietnam. He said, Bill, you're the best I ever seen. I mean, and I said, Gordon, how you know? I don't believe. I didn't believe that. He said, trust me, okay. I never thought about that. I never even thought about that until he told me that one day.
Yeah. No, so, I mean, why do you, just a minute ago you said this, you're talking about the South Vietnamese guy, and you said that was a defining moment. What do you mean by that? Why was that a defining moment for you?
It was a defining moment to tell me that I need to slow down. I'm not as good as I think I am when I live a life like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, it was a defining moment, and it just stuck with me forever. Okay. And it still sticks with me. Okay. Because a life is a life. I don't care if you black, white, blue, green, or Chinese, or whatever. Okay. People ask me, well, how did I do it? Okay, because I had people coming in with legs blown off. I had people coming with guts open and such and such. Okay. I went on a helicopter mission done. We had to remove a guy's foot because one helicopter had gone down and we just couldn't get. There's no way to get him out of there. I mean, just one thing after another.
What? You had to remove his foot?
Yeah.
And that's because he was stuck on something, or?
The skids of the helicopter had impounded him. Okay.
Oh,
that was the only way that we could get him out of there alive. He was over in an area which is called Lake Shore Valley.
Yeah.
That was very heavily Vietnamese, North Vietnamese, and Viet Cong. And we had to have a helicopter gunship protecting us while we were down on the ground.
Okay, so just so I understand, he was pinned down by the skid of the helo?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. And you had to, in order to get him out of there, you had to cut off his foot.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
With a bayonet.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you put a tourniquet on it. You put a tourniquet on his leg and inject him with morphine and take off.
All right, so I'm guessing, I talk to veterans, and and you ask the question, what were you thinking, and the veterans almost always say, I wasn't thinking anything, because you're just doing what you have to do, and I'm guessing that's what this was like for you.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have time to think.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Your training teach you, your experiences teach you to move in a certain manner.
Does, when you're, now we're talking in 2021, we're talking about events that took place more than 50 years ago. I mean, when you think about these kinds of experiences now, I mean, I don't, I can't think of a good way to ask the question, but, what kind of stuff goes through your mind now when you look back? You think, oh, this guy's pinned down by a helo. I didn't have time to think. In order to get him out of there, I had to cut his foot off. I mean, what kind of stuff goes through your mind?
How did he do it?
Yeah. How old were you?
That was 60. I was 24 years old.